and Luke the Bunt.
Oh, hard work that was.
It didn't look as if you enjoyed it.
No, it was tough, really tough.
Right. Yeah, go on, ready, mate.
Luke, congratulations.
Yeah,
Safely through to round 2, 3 10+ finishes. Fairly satisfied with that one?
Yeah, yes and no. Getting through is the big thing. Obviously, I want to get through. Do you know what I mean? I want to go as far as I possibly can, but I wanted to sort of put a little bit of a marker today, and yeah, it was a tough game. It was obviously the Ukrainian qualifier. He had a lot of support and stuff, so yeah, it was tough. But yeah, I'm happy to get through.
We didn't know too much about Vladyslav before the tournament, so was that difficult for you to prepare? You didn't know what to expect, really?
Yeah, yes and no. I think when, like I say, a lot of the time you sort of have a sort of feeling of what players are doing what, but again in another instance you can be like, well, I was going to go and play my game, and hopefully my game's going to be good enough to have enough to beat a qualifier anyway. But I suppose if he's like I say, he's a little bit of an unknown. It was a little bit more difficult than usual. Yeah.
And how do you assess your form coming into this year's World Championship? Because you had a good performance at the Grand Slam, maybe a little bit unlucky not to come through the group. So you feeling confident?
Yeah, I was feeling really confident of that display then. But like, I think I played some really good stuff, and I think the thing is with myself, like players know I'm more than capable of my top games, really, really good. But it's just that if I drop off a little bit, then my sort of B and C games probably not quite good enough to win games. But like I say, if I'm going to turn up and play my A game, then a lot of players they've got something to think about.
You mentioned that A game, you'll probably need that in the second round if Gerwyn Price, the top seed, up next. So what are your thoughts on that? It must be a game you're relishing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, today was all about getting through that first game. To play Gezzy's on the world stage, and obviously he was world champion 2 years ago. For me that's what it's all about. But like I say, I've got to play a lot better than that. Like probably put another 10 points on my average really to really push him really. So if I can do that, then yeah, you never know really. So but yeah, the whole thing was win that game, have a shot at Gezzy, and then we'll go from there really. Cheers, no worries.
Luke, on the Gezzy game, do you feel that having played on that stage once, you can maybe get the jump on him, because those seeds may be coming a little bit cold and you've played on there once and know what it's all about?
Yeah, maybe, but like for me today, all I kept thinking was today, I was like, right, put down a little bit of a marker, let him know you're playing really well, but it hasn't really worked out like that. It was a bit more of a task than I wanted it to be. So, but yeah, I think maybe. I think us. Do you know what I mean? At the qualifiers off the Pro Tour, yeah, maybe like having a game on stage before the seeds come in, it might be a little bit. I don't. When you're talking about your guesses and stuff, I don't really think they're that bothered about who's had a game. They're that good. So I know I've got to step up tomorrow, and I'll probably have to put like 10 points on my average, easy to push him really.
Do you feel there was extra expectation and pressure on your shoulders? Because when the draw came out, everyone said the Ukrainian qualifier was the golden ticket to round 2, if you will. And when it came out, everyone said, "Oh, Luke's got that one." Did you feel that extra pressure of it?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe I think at first I was like, "Oh, sweet, it doesn't really matter. Game's a game." But as the weeks have gone on, I've had a few people go, "Oh, you're going to win easy." But it's not quite as straightforward as people think. I mean, you've only got to look back at with Keen Barry with the game he had, and he was odds on or he was the favourite to win his game, and it never really went that way. So it doesn't really just because you're the favourite to win the game doesn't mean you're going to stand up on stage and do you know what I mean? And I think I've made quite hard work of that really, and harder work than I wanted to anyway.
What was your expectations coming into the tournament? Obviously, I know everyone wants to win it, but what was a realistic expectation for you?
I'm not really sure. When I see the draw, and obviously I knew I'd Gezzy for obviously getting through the first round, having a shot at Gezzy, but I think like tomorrow's going to be a completely different game. If I can turn up and play as well as I have been and feel as well as I have been, then I'll make things difficult for Gezzy. But I'm not going to say I'm going to beat him, because I know, well, everyone knows, Gerwyn Price is more than capable of just rattling off legs after leg after leg. So, but I think if I can go and play as well as I've been practicing and as well as I've been feeling, I can make things really difficult for him. So we'll have to just see tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Luke, it's a big opportunity tomorrow against Gezzy. Do you take those sort of opportunities in your stride and not really think about all the pressures of everything?
Yeah, like I'm not, like I say, like my whole thing today was about turning up today and playing my first game today. And then, like I say, if you win today, we worry about tomorrow then. But yeah, like I say, I'm not really overly like worried about playing Gerwyn Price. It's just it's another game of darts. But obviously I know how good Gerwyn is, and he's do you know what I mean? He's a world champion. And he's more than capable of turning up tomorrow and beat me off the board. But I think if I can go, like I say, if I can go and play really well, then I can make things really difficult for him. Yeah,
it's going to be the complete opposite of today as well. You obviously went in there as a very heavy favourite. Tomorrow you'll go in as I imagine, quite a heavy underdog. It's a different sort of game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like I said, I've had people message me for weeks. You're going to win this. You're going to win the first game easy, and you get this. And like it is a slightly different pressure, really, because obviously coming like I think I'm like 49th or 50th in the world at the moment. So 9 times out of 10 I'll play somebody that's either in or around or a slightly higher seed than me. But like I say, to people telling me that you should be winning, and it just doesn't work like that. But like I say, tomorrow playing Gezzy is going to be, I don't know. I've got to put 10 points on my average, and then I've got to, do you know what I mean, really put it to him and keep him under pressure. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Cheers, Luke.
Cheers, thank you.
Luke, when you're up there playing and you know the